You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans, we've got Carly Spencer really worried that Michael Corinthos is going to be arrested for the shooting, and she is desperate to save him no matter what, even if Carly's got to sacrifice herself to make it happen. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to talk about how Michael's mom may soon make the ultimate sacrifice. But first, please hit that subscribe button if you're not following us. All right, let's dive in. So the investigation into Drew's shooting is heating up. Big momentum. And Anna Devane and the cops are searching for the murder weapon. They didn't find it at the Q's, but they are going to find it this week. And it's going to turn up somewhere that Michael was lurking, someplace that he usually is never seen. And that makes it very suspect. So recently, Carly Spencer actress Laura Wright did an interview. I think it was Soap Digest maybe, but she was talking about the current Who Shot Drew storyline. And Laura said that as of right now, Carly is very worried Michael will go down for trying to kill Drew. And it's not just that Carly is trying to protect Michael. The thing is, she said Carly actually suspects that Michael may have really shot Drew. And of course, Tracy Quartermaine also suspects that, and she's happy to cover for Michael as well because she cannot stand Drew. So right now, Carly knows Michael isn't telling her everything about the night of the shooting, and he's been acting suspicious, and he has a call girl as his alibi. A lot of suspicious things. So yeah, Carly thinks there is a chance that he shot Drew. And I mean, she knows for sure Michael has motive after what Drew did to Wiley, all of that, and just sleeping with Willow. So also, if Carly knew that Tracy had spotted Michael outside Drew's house the night he was shot, gosh, Carly would be 5 times as worried. As it is, she is very afraid that Michael is going to go to prison and doesn't want that for him. If you remember, he spent time in Pentonville years ago after he killed his stepmom, Claudia Zacchara. And Michael was actually traumatized while he was in Pentonville. He was raped in prison. So it was horrible. And that's the last thing Carly wants for her son. So in the interview, Laura Wright said Carly will do everything she can to stop that from happening. And she says that Carly is intent on making sure Michael will be protected, whatever she has to do to make it happen. Laura Wright said, even if her character has to take the blame herself, she will do it to save Michael. So we had kind of suspected already that Carly was going to sacrifice herself, even before we saw this interview, after we saw her last conversation with Anna. And after that, Carly was telling Jack Brennan she felt like she said the wrong thing. So Carly thinks she might have somehow put Michael more so on the PCPD's radar, and that really scares her. And then this week, Anna gets another warrant, and she searches Elizabeth's house this week, and that's where the murder weapon is found. And Willow's alibi crumbles because they have Nina on camera at her apartment at the same time that she claimed to be out with Willow. So her alibi falling apart may be what enables Anna to get a search warrant to search the place where Willow is staying, because it was kind of like, how would they even end up over there with a warrant? Well, obviously that's how. If Nina had just kept her mouth shut, none of this would be happening. And it's funny because Willow thought that Nina was trying to get an alibi for herself when she had one. So they're going to find the gun, but I don't think fingerprints on the gun that Anna finds are going to match Willow, because I don't think she did it. So out of nowhere, Michael left the Quartermaines while the cops were rushing to fix the search warrant and come back and search the Q house. So he showed up at Liz's house out of the blue, kind of evading the search. Not that he was required to be there, but that's another thing that kind of has them wondering soon. Not only that, Michael was there at the house alone when Willow showed up. So she might tell Anna that Michael was there. And Anna's going to bring Liz down to the station to question her. And she may tell Anna that both Carly and Michael were just out of her house, at her house, completely out of the blue. So once Carly hears that the gun was found at Liz's and that Michael was there offering to let Willow see the kids, Carly may panic, is kind of suspicious that all of a sudden Michael is somewhere he never is, offering something very unlikely, which is visitation for Willow. And he just happened to do it when the PCPD had to leave and before they came back to serve the corrected warrant. So if Anna decides the gun was planted at Liz's, that puts both Carly and Michael on the PCPD's radar. And if Carly sees the walls closing in on Michael, I definitely think we'll see Carly take action to turn the cops' attention towards herself and away from Michael. Carly might actually make herself look guilty. She's already a suspect, and she did threaten to kill Drew. Plus, Congressman Creep Drew once sacrificed himself for Carly. You guys remember, Drew went to prison in Carly's place during the whole SEC insider trading thing with Nina. So Carly might think to herself that if Drew, dirtbag that he is, could make that kind of sacrifice for her, well, then Carly would be a terrible mom if she didn't make the same sacrifice for her son. So she may do for Michael what Drew did for her. Also, Carly knows Donna will have Sonny, and she's old enough to understand if mom goes to prison and Joss is grown, Michael's grown, they can take care of themselves. And Carly may also think she won't do too much time behind bars. She may think Jack Brennan might pull some WSB strings for her. Carly loves to have Jack do her favors. Plus, Carly has Diane Killer Miller as her attorney. So Carly may think she would be in and out of Pentonville in no time because it's a crime of passion, whereas Michael might get hard time because he killed someone before in a fit of rage. Although, to be fair, he was protecting Carly at the time, and Claudia Zacchara really had it coming. But we all know Drew wants Michael to take the fall for shooting him. What's really bizarre, Drew doesn't seem to be concerned about finding the real shooter. But, what if they come back to finish Drew off? It's like, okay, he just wants Michael behind bars so badly. So Willow will get her kids back and will hopefully move back in with him. But Drew hates Carly, so he might be happy to see her go to prison instead because that would devastate Michael. Plus, Drew may think Carly being the shooter and Michael being a suspect could still help Willow get custody of Wiley and Amelia. So Carly taking the fall might still satisfy Drew. Being in Congress, he might use his influence to get her a longer prison sentence and to make sure Carly serves out the full sentence, Of course, Michael would hate it if Carly did this, but she wouldn't care. She will do absolutely anything for her kids, and she's not going to let Michael spend a minute in prison if she can help it.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.